want to pose to you a question, and I want you to think about what would have happened if we didn't have nurses during the outbreak of COVID-19. Because if you think about it, you'd realize that the hospitals would almost not be able to run. There would be almost no people to care for the patients, not even just COVID-19, but any type of patient that needed help. So I just want to take a couple of seconds to thank and honor every nurse out there for doing what they do and keeping us alive. During this speech, I'm going to tell you about the risks nurses take, the sacrifices they make, and the rewards that they receive. Now, I'll be talking about the risks that they take. During this time, nurses take multiple risks, two of which are exposure to COVID-19 and combative people. Nurses are at an increased risk of catching COVID-19 due to multiple factors, some of which are the places they work at and the people they care for. And since they work with COVID-19 patients, they take extra precautions such as PPE, which stands for Personal Protection Equipment. As for combative people, you have people who are verbally abusive and/or physically abusive. Interacting with verbally abusive people will harm your mental health over time. And combative people can lash out in anger and hurt the nurse caring for them. At times, you can have both happen, and that's even worse. Now that I've told you about some of the risks, I'll go on to the sacrifices that they make. Nurses make sacrifices every day, whether it be how much sleep they get, or working too much, or again, like I said, their physical health. Nurses are listed in the top 5 most dangerous jobs, and here are a couple of reasons why. People in the nursing profession are often known to overwork themselves, which would harm them in the long run. And again, like I said before, there's the chance of them getting physically harmed on duty by either patients or people visiting patients. And many nurses will also sacrifice getting enough sleep while fulfilling the course of their duties. One of the ways that can happen is by working overtime and not managing their time correctly, which would run their body down. For example, let's say a nurse just got off a double shift and didn't manage their sleep schedule correctly, which can happen for many reasons, not all of them in our control. Now that we've talked about the risks and sacrifices, I'll tell you about the rewards. Some of the rewards that nurses get are the satisfaction of being able to make a difference in other people's lives, and in teaching others and in being taught in the process. One of the ways a nurse can make a difference is just by being kind to a patient or a family member. Sometimes what a person really needs the most is just a kind and caring person to either listen or just help. And yeah, sometimes people don't want to be bothered, and sometimes you can help by just making things easier for them. Nurses also get rewards by being able to help other nurses learn, and also, at times, learn from them themselves. Helping people learn more and just watching them grow is an amazing reward all in itself. And with everything that's been said, would you say the rewards are worth it? I'd say that even without all the risks they take and the sacrifices that they make, that the rewards make it well worth it all. Even though nurses take many risks during their jobs and make many sacrifices, even dangerous ones that are harmful to them, they still do what they do day in and day out without pause. And I think that alone gives them the right to be honored for what they do.